HOT6 GSL. My conscience is telling me.
What's up, guys? We're back. We're still in our final best of 5. And Losira's been looking pretty damn strong.
He has been. That last game, you know, not finding that finishing win there, but still on match point. It's going to be Echo the next map. Another good macro map he can play on. Maybe he can try and close it out this time around.
Yeah. TY definitely, he did a better job that time around. It was not an easy game for him in Game 3 to start to get all the way to the end there.
That's right.
But he managed to close it out. Losira went for that interesting Corruptor, Roach Bane Ling army.
Yeah, it kind of just ran out of steam, and I think mostly because he didn't have a fourth base up and running. If he had that economy production behind it, it would have made things a lot easier to follow up and keep streaming units in, but just kind of got cut off and that was it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be on Echo. Let's see exactly what TY's got in store with us. Let's not forget, what was it, Game 2, TY actually wanted to go for the proxy.
I feel like that could happen
work
again, yeah.
I think it could. I feel like his strategy's sort of been foiled, though. You know, when you try to proxy and it's spotted the very first time, it really takes a lot of thunder, takes a lot of surprise out. You can at least deal with the intimidation of maybe the proxy killing you or almost beating you and factor that in. But, you know, when you make a move like that, it almost seems like TY just wasn't quite prepared.
TY's kind of like fishing for that kind of easy win.
Yeah.
Though it is maybe a little less likely considering it is match point still for Losira, and if he bungles that, he just throws away the series.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see, Mooney.
Let's see.
Our game has loaded up. Tell your friends to tune in here as we go into possibly our final, maybe our second last game here in the GSL Code A. In the bottom right, in the red, he is
KT Roaster TY.
And that Zerg player in the top left.
MVP Losira.
Looking to close it out. 1 game to go. 1 win.
The drone coming out here.
Yes.
Losira, I gotta say, he looks great in his late game. He's really solid. He's got that Losira macro that's so scary. It's kind of cool because, you know, when we saw him, he did have a hard time early game.
He did.
He was super greedy, but sometimes that could be the best way, the best kind of quirk to have if you're going into an RTS, because if you know how to power up and get that ultimate army, and all you got to know how to do is just cut enough corners to still have the defense.
Yeah, well, he's really seemed to figure that's weakness out in his game, especially this series. You know, he's going for a lot more of these drone scouts early on. He checks out the main base. He sees, okay, you're going to go for gas. You're going to go for 1 racks expand by the looks of things. I get it. It means I can expand easier. He knows exactly what he has to do, and he's already looking fine for the mid game. You know, he's just got to be careful of what comes next. Is it going to be, you know, a hell bad timing, or is it going to be a fast third CC?
Nice little harass here, interrupting that SCV, sending back now.
He's actually finding a lot of harassment opportunities with these drones as well, especially in that last game.
Yeah, drone coming around now. And he's still able to just see everything his opponent's doing here. A lot. You're totally right, though. A lot of harass opportunities. Really able to do that extra damage.
Might want to get that out before the Reaper comes out there.
Yeah.
Throws his life away. Very centered opening from Losira. Getting down that pool before gas. He wants to get Lings out so he can deal with his Reaper.
By the way, I think this is probably the best build TY can go for here. Just get a scout out, figure out what Losira's doing, figure out if there's any holes.
It's a great map for it too because it does have that back ledge you can jump into, kind of like King Sejong Station, so you can scout a little bit easier and harass a little bit easier as well.
And that Reaper's going to be coming out here, and this is just a very standard build. Probably one of the better builds if you're going to ladder here as Terran. Just get a scout out, figure out what's going on. Also be safe against, you know, various kinds of rushes. I guess that drone did manage to go hide away, did he?
Yeah, I believe.
Or he was at the upper center right there for a little bit?
Yeah, it's at
it's
top
still
right
up there.
Top
so right, excuse me.
Hiding nice place to hide it from a Reaper for now. Maybe we'll consider throwing something up there later, although I kind of doubt it. Would be interesting to have a third in the top right. Completely undetected.
You know, we've seen a little bit more of that, not a lot more, but it can be good. Problem is with the way that mining works in this game, you don't quite get to take as full of advantage of that base. You have to pump all your workers from that location.
Yeah, if you want it to be
even
secret.
Mechanically, it's a little bit more annoying when you got MBS. You're trying to crank out all drones. And you have to pick just that structure for the time being. Certain moments.
Same with making an army. I mean, like if you want to make an army, your 2 bases at home, and like you got that 3rd one, and it's kind of a way that you can't really take full advantage of the production sort of capabilities of it. So, but look at that. He's going to throw that hatch up there just the same. So there you go. He's going to go for a hidden base. And I like this. So he's going to try and make it.
This is going to be fun, actually. I didn't think he was ever going to actually do it, but I guess... I don't think this is what he planned to do either.
Well, it's
possible he got that drone away and thought, let's try this out.
He's got 1 game to burn before he has to really start stressing about losing the series. Why not throw something a little bit interesting out there? Try and disguise it as a 2-base muter style. Like, okay, he's taking faster muters. There's a spine at the front. There's queens blocking and a SimCity there, so he's not going to be aggressive. And TY thinks he can be greedy behind it, but what Losira is doing is pretending to go muters, going for that fast 3rd, secretly droning it up. And I think it'd be such a great play because he's going to get so far ahead in economy and not take any damage for it. But it really comes down to, is TY going to scout anywhere else?
Yeah, a lot of players are not scouting locations like this anymore. It's just not, since this is so out of the meta, basically. Some StarCraft II in general, I think it's, then again, who knows, he might go for a medevac or something later on. Well, he'll inevitably go for that, but then when he has that, he might end up rushing by the upper right.
Yeah, exactly. He sees that creep spread. He's like, okay.
And then he just unloads there and kills it. I mean, that's totally possible.
That's the scariest thing against Terran. That's like usually why you'd never see a Zerg do this, specifically against a Terran player. Because it just can't fail that badly. But so far, so good. Pretty late Baneling Nest, considering what could come his way. Fortunately for him, though, no early aggression from TY, just a 3rd CC. And that standard sort of Reaper Hellion into bio.
Things are going to pop in here. So he's going to have some good ground control for the time being here. This Reaper is still a problem. I mean, he's still going to be able to scout around. Now, even if he doesn't hit that base at the upper right, things can be a little bit fishy here, right?
Yeah.
Zerg's just sitting on 2 base.
Well, look at this. All we're seeing at the moment is Lings being made from Losira, so he's going to go for a huge Ling Bane attack.
Yeah, it looks like he actually wants to end this game.
This is certainly an interesting turn of events. Stim's going to be ready by the time he attacks, which is going to be a big problem for Losira. But it really depends on how much bio's out as well. Currently, not that much. Only about 9 Marines, 6 Hellions. If these Hellions get caught out, the game could just end. That is such a big factor.
Yeah, they could just get swallowed up. And it's funny, we were talking about how this might be a disadvantage if he's trying to, use this for economic purposes. But for an army, he could actually come from an angle these Hellions just do not expect. Surround him and take him out.
That's right. Look at this. Look how many Banes being morphed at the hidden 3rd. This is such an interesting strat. That's 18 Banelings and a lot more Lings on the way.
I think Losira's just ruined the ladder experience for a lot of Terrans.
I think he might have.
For the next week or so here.
Well,
Hellions have been spotted now. Actually, I got to say, a lot more getting through than I thought would.
Yeah, slipping by. But maybe the damage has been done. 3 Hellions have gone down. Ooh, 4 more remain though. 4 Hellions is a problem. Baneling's going to take a lot of damage here. Oh man, he's completely ready for this.
Yeah, he is so ready. I don't even know if he's going to lose any bunkers or anything. Yeah, wow. He just completely deflects that. And now Losira's with this awkward expansion at the upper right. This is horrible now.
Not a good game at all.
Yeah.
For Losira.
Well, he's starting to come back up here, but I mean, the bunkers are spread so completely perfectly. Yeah. Wow.
All
okay.
Right. Well,
just taps out, throws in the towel.
He had a game to burn, so I guess it's not the hardest of feelings, not feeling the worst, but that was a pretty interesting strategy from Losira, and TY read it like a book after that scan.
Nicely done there by TY. I don't blame Losira for trying to strat out like that. He's got a lead. I mean, had he even gotten a nice surround there and just gotten those Hellions? Well, it's funny, he had the surround and then it was like the Hellions were all soaked in butter or something. They sort of slipped through.
Pretty much exactly that, yeah. They're hard to surround if they start to move at the wrong time, just like Lings.
Yeah, if your Lings are moving to get the surround and they're also moving, occasionally they can just
slip on out.
Yeah, slip on out.
Cactus Valley, the final map. Another great opportunity for Losira to show his macro game. Very hard map to be aggressive
If
on.
Losira does lose this best of 5, man, he's going to be like kicking himself over what he chose to do in game number 4. Not even how it was executed, but was it really worth it?
Yeah.
To try that hidden hatch strategy.
Going for that, proper macro game, trying to flesh out the game, see if you can just beat him on a straight up sort of game. Like, maybe that's all you need. Maybe that's all you'll need in this game. It's hard to say. TY has another shot at this. TY can maybe try and cheese him out this time around. A lot of things can happen, though it is a much bigger map.
Cactus Valley has loaded up. This is going to be our final game for tonight. TY against Losira for today's GSL Code S. In the bottom left in the red, he is
KT Roaster TY.
Down here in the bottom right, the Zerg player.
MVP Losira.
Final game, tasteless.
Yeah, TY is coming back now with 2 wins in a row.
Oh
and
my goodness.
We got a quick pull.
Losira.
Bit of a gambler here.
On the 5th game as well.
Oh man.
And look at this, a proxy
He's gonna proxy.
Both these players got some pretty big stones, tasteless. Doing something like this in the 5th and final game.
It's not every day you get to cast a game where both guys are actually cheesing each other.
Especially in like such an important one.
Yeah, the 5th game in a best of 5 where, the winner goes on to GSL Code S.
It's going to be a proxy double racks as well. And Losira's going to get a scout off of the main base with his drone. And he's going to see nothing there.
And that should tip him off that obviously TY is making some racks in the middle of the map here. And the problem for Terran in this situation is that the barracks are neither able to defend or effectively attack.
That's right.
When you're in this position. But, Zerg makes 1 or 2 mistakes. Marines get, much stronger when you get them in bigger numbers. So
it's all about
occasionally,
that,
if you can tuck the Marines at, some kind of funny corners or something like that, you'll be okay. Problem is that, if you send the barracks back home, obviously the floating time there is lost time making Marines.
Oh, these Lings going to hide from this SCV. So it's kind of interesting situation because Losira, he wants to get to the main base. He wants to start doing SCV damage.
Dude, he hit that really well, those Lings.
He did.
The SCV went right around that.
Beautifully done, and here we go. He's going to get right in there before anything can be blocked off, and TY's going to be like, I cannot believe this.
Yeah.
There's Lings in my base while I'm trying to proxy racks. Actually going for the supply depot.
This is smart. This means no more Marines for a little bit. He gets that. Perfect. It's still supply blocked right as the depot finishes. He just goes for this.
Wow, this is such an interesting counter to it.
I wonder if this is the best way to do this.
Hard to say because Marines are going to come out and clean this up, which is the problem.
Yeah, there's a lot of different choices here for Losira. He could have gone into the main and tried to hit SCVs, but he could have even tried to intercept Marines.
More Lings are coming, about
problem
6 more.
I don't know. If Losira doesn't do a decent amount of damage here, I don't know.
It's just not worth it, right?
Yeah, how helpful that is to stop 2 depots. TY did have the resources and did, in a timely fashion, actually remake the 2 depots, which means that Terran just has a bunch of Marines and Zerg is still on 1 hatchery.
Making a CC now as well as TY. And he's going to block off the front.
At that.
Oh, but these Lings are going to try to get in. They found the Marines.
Oh, he's going to be able to get under.
Oh,
Can he block the landing? Can he block the landing?
He's trying.
Okay, he does. Well, he does sort of wall off some of that, but this is sort of a weird position, right? Because these Marines being microed back right now.
Oh, wow. Well, 2 Marines are going to be able to clean up these 3 Lings. And this is not good. This is not good at all for Losira.
Well, this is a scrappy game right here, Mooney.
This couldn't get more scrappier.
Yeah.
But I do favor TY in a big way now. He's close enough in workers. He's got mules. He's making that CC. He's completely safe from anything at this point. Literally nothing that Losira can make will kill him. All he has to do at this point is make the economy, make that 3rd CC.
Well, he can make that 3rd CC. Actually, he's doing that, and then he can even push forward with the Marines. That 2nd hatch is so late.
He could actually, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
We used to see that a lot in the past with the proxy racks. Even if they fail, you have these production buildings that can make a lot of Marines and then move across the map at a later time with maybe like 10+ Marines that are so cost efficient early on and start to really apply the pressure to the Zerg and maybe even do some damage. So it's not a bad place at all for TY. The only other scary thing for him right now is that his 2 barracks are at the front, and if he decides to make a tech lab, it's going to be on the outside, which can get sniped. And if his stim gets sniped, he gets so far behind.
Yeah, I guess it is. Sometimes it could be a little bit risky. We'll see. I remember in the old days, Rinking would do this and actually pull SCVs, but
oh yeah,
I think that time is done now.
I remember those times as well.
So he is going to go ahead and push out a little bit here. Kind of a weird spot for Zerg, because when Zerg opened up with this, you're giving up a lot of creep tumors that are going to have a nice spread on the map. Overlords are going to be sort of spread out in kind of a weird spot, you know? So it's hard to even see this coming in time.
Oh man, look at this. He doesn't even know the slightest idea that these Marines are coming towards his natural. He's going to find out with a drone that's going for a 3rd base. And he's got 2 queens and a bunch of drones, which is not impossible to defend. He's going to have to pull them now, though. It's going to take a lot of drone damage.
And it looks like he will be able to handle this, but a little bit of an interruption there.
6 drones going down as well. That is
it's not good. It's totally worth it to give up 6 Marines.
Yeah,
for those 6 drones.
Completely worth it.
Zerg can't really retaliate right now.
No, all he can do is maybe try and kill that tech lab that's building the stim on the outside. That's like one very vulnerable thing. Usually you'd want to kill that with a few Banelings, but Baneling nest's only just beginning, so maybe TY has enough time. Scan goes down.
I don't know about the Baneling nest, man. That's going to be hard to tear down.
Yeah,
the double rack spawn. I mean, I suppose it's probably the best of amongst some very bad options, but maybe he'll get greedy. Maybe TY will be a little bit too greedy and he'll break it open.
Look at this, doing so much damage to all the links at the front. This Hellion alone. Speed finally finishing though.
The 3rd base starting here with this for Losira. I suppose he doesn't have to follow through with this big attack.
Making 5 Banes, and this is purely to kill that tech lab.
Yeah.
Stop that
Actually,
stem.
yeah, and getting rid of the stem.
Just gives you so much time. And it's really going to upset any plans that TY had.
It's funny, let's say TY spawned in Losira's starting location, and then the game looks exactly the same, and he could actually have this on the other side.
That's right.
Maybe a different beast.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's in a very unfortunate position for TY at this point. We actually saw this the other day. This exact same thing kind of happened, where the Terran was forced to put the tech lab out on the outside. 5 Banes just counted his stim, and he couldn't do anything for the next few minutes. And this is like 10 minutes, 10 minute 30. Stim isn't even researching right now. This is how behind the Terran is going to be.
Well, no stim means no map control at all.
No harassment, no attacking.
You can't contest speedlings with that.
You can't simply engage the Zerg at all without stim Marines. So Losira just bought himself so much time. All he has to do from here is drone up this 3rd base, go for a 4th base, go into Muta, play a very easy game. He just has to be careful of these Hellions on the map, looking for run-bys, looking for drone kills.
And, you know, on a map this size, I think it's going to be fairly easy for Losira to just continue to try to expand to the upper right. Even though that 4th base is kind of far away, you know, it's going to be not easy for TY, especially with the starting build he went for. He doesn't get to harass anywhere near as quickly.
Certainly not. Hellions, you know, they kind of have map control right now. There's 6 of them. It's going to be very efficient against any links on the map. And Losira did go for a pretty late lair behind this as well. 3rd base fully operational, fully saturated. Should be looking for that 4th. I'm guessing it will be the mid-ride.
This is a good spot for TY to try to expand. You can at least put some pressure on that 2nd base. Maybe get access to that 3rd base here. Hellion's going to push forward a little bit more. Oh, I guess not. Go ahead and get the creep tumors here. Stim is just now going to finish, along with combat shields, armor, attack.
Double medivac on the way as well. So he's going to go for, looks like maybe similar harassment we did see, and I believe it was Expedition Lost, where he just gets out double medivac, goes for drops. Losira, because his mutas are so delayed, 13-minute spire is like so delayed that there's nothing to really deal with them. And TY can do a lot of damage. Going to start to deal with the creep at the very least.
Stimming coming forward just a little bit here. The Queen's backing up. More banelings being made. But of course, until that Spire's actually done, you can't really do much to stop Medivacs. I mean, if Terran's on top of it, he can pick up, he can relocate. Although the way the bases are set up for Losira, these 3 bases tucked together, it's a little bit trickier to try to harass the Zerg and actually take out bases, unlike some of these other maps we have set up.
Yeah.
You're kind of tucked together. Creep is easy to connect here, at least for the 3 bases over here. So it almost looks like TY wants to just kind of put this massive pressure and try to break down the entrance. I don't know if it's going to work, though.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, he does have Hellbats with this, and a drop going into the main.
Baneling's actually going to connect over here into this expansion as well.
Pretty hard situation, but so many Banelings out, and a lot of Queens are going to really help out with the defense as well.
Oh, man, this is going to be bad here for TY, and it looks like he has no idea!
Oh.
And he's going to find out after it's all happened.
Well, that's half the SCV line. Great damage, great counterattack from Losira, actually. He's really on point with this. Such an important thing when dealing with this kind of push.
Yeah, you can do a pretty nice sort of elevator push over here at the Zerg second, but it seems like Losira is somewhat prepared for it. With that nice Baneling hit, he's at 69 drones to 54 SCVs.
Fourth base is up for Losira, but looks like a drop's going to be trying to deal with that. You see more counterattack. Big Baneling hits on the Marines as well. You know, just this Queen count from Losira is actually really helping out against this Medivac very drop.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You know, a lot of subtle things have happened, but between the stim being denied there and the SCV's now been in groups killed off twice that expansion. I mean, this is looking more and more dire here for TY.
Really needed to throw down a bunker there. But
yeah.
One redeeming thing is he did get that 4th base of Losira's in the mid-right there. Now is the Widowmine camping it, so it's going to take a little time before he can retake it, remake it. Essentially on equal economy if he gets that 3rd base saturated again.
Well, he's going to go and try to push in here a little bit further. Again, it's possible that well, these Lings are going to come down now, and there's no way they're going to be able to get in there. Meanwhile, a Widowmine drop coming down, and again, it just seems like Losira is airtight. You could not get in here. You could not do damage to this guy.
Mutas are out now too, about 8 of them. So Medivac's not going to find too much from now on. Enough creep fed at the front there too to stop any sort of parade push getting too far in the creep or near the bases. And Losira just looking for a very healthy counterattack. Mutaling.
Well, TY, you can see he's trying to find an opening here. The problem for Terran as well is if you try to push through the very top center here, I mean, it's very easy for Zerg to surround you. Yeah. And the base he elected to take, the 3rd base for Terran, pretty easy for Zerg to counter. And, you know, for what I was saying earlier, Losira can keep expanding upward. And with Mutas in play, it's much tougher for Terran to try to punish this.
Looks like TY going to be moving onto the map again. Going to start trying to deal with these creep tumors.
Yeah, he's going to try to get a push in over here. He's been trying this push for about the past 5-10 minutes here. Now, nice spread here by TY. Question is, how much does Zerg have exactly? The supplies are fairly even. He can at least force the lift there.
At the very least. But just simply too much Zerg on the map. It looks like Losira might be moving out to try and deal with this army head on while it still remains on Queen.
Oh my god, Losira just has so much. Nice Banelings connecting over here. Ling's getting the surround there on the Thor, but TY's reinforcements are huge. He's going to keep stimming and backing up. More Lings coming now.
Oh man, a huge stream of Lings and Banes going in. But I think Losira might have ran out of steam at this point. He might want to regroup.
He's got to back up. Almost no Lings left.
Still Widowmine's active at the back as well, finding big hits.
Yeah, not connecting with those Mutas, thankfully, for Lucira's case.
Yeah, but still, needs to stop making more Banelings, otherwise this counterattack could do some real damage at the front.
You know, it is possible if TY keeps a strong push going. He doesn't have to deal with the upper right side of the map. He can actually push all the way into the main.
That's very true. Oh, gotta be careful. There's 4 Widowmines active, waiting for a big hit.
Yeah, and it would be pretty impressive if he actually did manage to push in the main, considering that, you know, there's been about 24 SCVs killed off at that 3rd base as this game has gone on.
Yeah, he's managed to stabilize somehow. But now it looks like Losira is going to be going for that counterattack again. This could be the right time to do it. So much momentum at that front door of Losira's natural.
And this might be one way to draw him back. But TY is fine with that. He's going to stim and come forward. And the counterattack is on. Going to go down here. Looks like take out this bunker, possibly the tech lab to stop Thors from coming in.
Oh, but I think this might be the last push from TY. The Mutazlings are destroying this natural into the main base as well.
Well, the Banelings aren't connecting too well over here with TY's army either.
Still a lot of Banelings left over there, and 10 more morphing in.
The thing is, he can just, I think if you're right, if Losira can just park over the barracks, there's no way that he can come out. But TY's shoving in. He's going to kill a lot of these Banelings. Banelings now coming from behind. He's going to pick up.
Oh, wow.
Now remember, no mutas, at least in sight over here in the base of Losira. All the mutas instead just completely wiping out the second. The Brain's still coming here, doing a lot of damage. Enough medevacs and good enough spread that Banelings aren't quite able to be utilized.
Well, I mean, big hits from a Widowmine as well, but this is all that TY has left. He has to win the game with these units because, I mean, the economy got so damaged by Losira. Now he's coming back to wipe out what's left.
All right, he gets the Thor. There's just a few Marines up here. He did get a hatchery, but much better for a Zerg right now to be on a spread-out 3 base than for a Terran to be on a spread-out 2 base.
That's right.
Also, I'm not entirely sure that's ample enough defense. What, 67 supply 2 to 143? He might be able to regroup, come back over here.
Well, he's losing all his medivacs as well. Only 2 remain, and only 1 mining base right now for TY to the 2, soon to be 3 of Losira. So he is very far ahead, in just about every way at this point, and he's looking to close things out.
GG, that's it. Good handling there by Losira. Really nicely done. Keep in mind, he had that wing rush that he did early on. I think probably could have gone a lot better for Losira. It was a little bit of a funny spot. He got the 2 depots, and then there were enough Brains out.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that he kind of got really far back into it after that kind of opening. Not really finding any economic damage, just a supply block. Shutting it down. Shutting down the proxy racks, but I feel like TY had a great sort of build after that with... And TY looking absolutely crushed.
Yeah, sad moment for him, man.
I'm sure he came into this very confident.
Well, a lot of players have been saying Losira is, not what he used to be. He's old hat. And he's proven a lot of those people wrong. Losira is going to be in the GSL Code S. I look forward to casting that.
It's great to see him back there.
Yeah. And it was a 3-2 victory, ending on Cactus Valley. A weird cheese versus cheese, then ending up into a macro game.
Very healthy macro game. And
yeah.
Losira, his counterattack in that last game just really won it more than anything else. It really slowed down the attack, slowed down the economy to a point where he was just constantly ahead in supply and economy. And
yeah,
it's something that we didn't really see till the last game as well, mind you. Like, he played differently up until then, but then he really started to focus on different aspects of the game that he wasn't taking advantage of in the other ones.
Yeah. I wonder how far Losira can actually go here. He was a GSL finalist. I feel like when we talk about him now, we don't regard him as anybody who would ever be a finalist ever because he was top-notch a long time ago.
It's been a long time since we've seen him have that kind of success.
Early GSL Code S days, early
4 years
days
ago.
when MLG was doing a lot of StarCraft II 4 years ago. But
that's right.
Also, other stories happened today too. Solar defeating True. I think you and I were both a bit surprised by that. Pig Baby doing a great job. Coming out on top.
Demolishing Creator in the series. I think everyone was kind of picking Creator to win that one pretty convincingly, considering what we've seen from Creator's PvP in the past. Pig Baby coming in much stronger, dominating just about every game, just making one bad choice in one of them. That was it.
Yeah. Well done there. For our 3 winners, Pig Baby, Solar, and Losira. Mooney, it was great casting with you today. Thank you so much for coming down.
Absolute pleasure.
We will be having GSL Code 8 tomorrow, and I guess that does it, man. So, guys, don't miss out. It's going to be Thursday and Friday, and again next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So for Mooney and myself, we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here at the GSL Code 8. Good night.